Savannah, Georgia. A humid July evening in 2018. Evan and Marissa Caldwell, married 10 years, spent the evening walking the forested trail behind their neighborhood. They were well known locally. Evan, a paramedic, Marissa, a school counselor. They'd fought recently about having a child. Neighbors said they were working through it. At 9:17 p.m., a woman walking her dog found them lying beside the trail. Marissa was dead. Evan was barely alive. Both had collapsed within feet of each other. No signs of struggle, no bullet wounds, no visible trauma. Paramedics rushed Evan to the ICU. A faint chemical smell drifted in the air. The city panicked. People whispered about venomous snakes, tainted water, and airborne toxins. Savannah police weren't saying much because they didn't know much. Detective Maya Hollis, newly promoted, stood over the scene with Sheriff Tom Landers. There were no footprints besides the couple's. No weapon, no signs of robbery, but something felt wrong, too clean, too sudden, too deliberate. Tests revealed trace amounts of a chemical compound near the bodies, an aerosolized neurotoxin, not lethal on its own, unless inhaled in a concentrated blast. Someone had weaponized it. Savannah exploded with speculation. Reporters surrounded the hospital. Social media swarmed. Theories ranged from random poisoning to a serial killer. The first suspect emerged within 24 hours. Michael had argued with Evan days earlier over a family inheritance dispute. He had a temper. He had a prior assault charge. And forensic residue in Evan's truck vaguely resembled the trail sample. Police leaned in hard. Michael lawyered up, but the residue turned out to be cleaning solvent. Michael's alibi was airtight. 2 teenagers were spotted running from the area shortly after the discovery. They claimed they'd been drinking and didn't want police trouble. Detectives found discarded beer cans nearby, but no chemical traces. A man on a black mountain bike was seen riding past the Caldwell, minutes before their collapse. Cameras showed him riding in but not out. For 2 weeks, police hunted him. When located, he was just a tourist who'd taken a wrong exit and panicked when he saw emergency vehicles. Local news slammed the investigation. National outlets picked up the story. Savannah trail killer. Is there a chemical attack in the South? Families avoided parks. Schools canceled outdoor activities. Tourism dropped. Sheriff Landers grew defensive. Hollis grew quieter. But she kept replaying the body cam footage, staring at something subtle most had missed. The faintest metallic glint in the leaves near Marissa's hand. Forensic techs recovered the object. A tiny aluminum fragment, charred at the edges. Not from debris, not from a weapon, from a device. Tests confirmed the neurotoxin wasn't random environmental exposure. It was released by a small, homemade aerosol dispersal mechanism. Homemade, but professionally designed. That meant one thing: someone engineered a chemical weapon, and someone brought it to the trail. A tipster reported a man behaving strangely along the same trail weeks earlier. Caleb Rourke, 32, a military veteran struggling with PTSD. Caleb had indeed been in the area. Caleb had technical training. Caleb lived alone. Caleb had been arrested years earlier during a mental breakdown involving chemicals. Police brought him in. At first calm, he soon grew agitated. He denied involvement but admitted to hearing voices, telling him someone was in danger. The media went wild. Unstable veteran behind Savannah chemical attack? It seemed solved, until Hollis dug deeper. Caleb's medical records showed severe mental instability. He could not have engineered such a precise dispersal device. His electronics showed no research. His apartment held no chemicals, and his location history placed him miles away at the time of the attack, despite what the tipster claimed. The tip had been fabricated. Someone was using Caleb as a decoy, but the most dangerous one so far. Despite shaky evidence, political pressure mounted to arrest him. Sheriff Landers considered charging Caleb just to calm the city. Hollis refused. "We're being played," she said. "Someone wants him to take the fall." The breakthrough came from a small detail Hollis almost ignored. Caleb mentioned a man from his veterans support group, Vic, who had been unusually friendly, asking about Caleb's tech background, even offering to help him find purpose. Hollis obtained attendance logs. There it was.
Victor Hale,
Age 45, former Army engineer, brilliant but removed, a ghost on social media, no family, multiple aliases, a history of being discharged quietly for behavioral irregularities. When officers visited his rental home, he was gone. Inside, they found schematics for aerosol devices, live-stream recordings of the Savannah trails, printed news articles about Evan and Marissa, and chilling handwritten notes. People crave meaning. Fear gives it to them. Find the right puppet. Pull the right strings. A story needs a villain. And worst of all, Caldwell were unplanned but effective. The Caldwell hadn't been targeted. They had just been there. The device had been field tested, and the couple crossed paths with a man experimenting with murder. For 3 months, Hale evaded authorities. He moved across state lines, used false IDs, stayed in cheap motels, avoided ATMs and cameras. But fugitives always slip. On a quiet Oklahoma highway, a trooper pulled over a rusty blue pickup truck for a broken taillight. The driver handed over an ID. The trooper noticed the name didn't match the man's age. A routine fingerprint scan confirmed it. Victor Hale, wanted nationwide. When backup arrived, Hale calmly exited the vehicle. His only words were, "Took you long enough." In the interrogation room, Hale sat across from Detective Hollis. He confessed without hesitation, not out of guilt, out of pride. Caleb was perfect, fragile, suggestible, a ready-made suspect. The Caldwell? Wrong place, wrong time. You chase monsters. I created them. He revealed nothing about why he began experimenting with chemical dispersal, only that people underestimate what they breathe. Hollis asked him the question haunting everyone. Were there others?
Hale Similet,
Wouldn't you like to know? The trial spanned 7 weeks. Prosecutors presented device schematics, chemical purchase logs, surveillance of Hale scouting the trail, the manifesto found in his home, testimony from Caleb, who broke down describing Hale's manipulation. Hale represented a new kind of killer, not motivated by hate, money, or revenge, but by curiosity, control, and narrative. The jury took 4 days. Verdict: guilty on all counts. 2 counts of first-degree murder, chemical terrorism, conspiracy, evidence tampering. Sentence: life without parole. Hale showed no emotion, but as he was escorted away, he turned and winked at Hollis. As the evidence team logged Hale's belongings, they found a folded note. You caught me, but you didn't ask the right question. Not why. Who taught me? Fauha. Inside the envelope, a Polaroid of Hale as a younger man, standing beside a tall man in an army jacket, face scratched out. Hollis felt a chill. This case was closed, but the story wasn't over. 3 months later, a surveillance camera at a Louisiana bus station captured a tall man in an army jacket stepping off a bus. He paused and looked at the camera, turned away, disappeared into the crowd. No one recognized him. No one ever identified him. The Savannah Trail murders became required reading for law enforcement academies. A lesson in misdirection, media frenzy, and the danger of simple answers in a complex world. For Detective Hollis, the Caldwell case became both her darkest memory and her sharpest reminder. Sometimes justice is found, and sometimes truth only shows you its shadow. Thank you for watching Silent Evidence: True Crime Exposed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us next time for another chilling true story.